over the survey at the Shahi Jama Masjid. Security has been beefed up after a massive crowd clashed with the police. Stones were pelted, weapons from the officers were snatched and allegedly opened fire as they opposed a court-ordered survey of a masjid. Now, in response, the police fired tear gas shells and used non-lethal pellet guns. 4 men reportedly part of the protest lost their lives in the violence.
जनपद संभल में संडे को जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था उसके बाद में पुलिस द्वारा एहतियातन तौर पर इंटरनेट है वो शट डाउन करने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट किया था। वो अभी भी कंटिन्यू है, लेकिन उसके अलावा बाकी जितने प्रकार की नॉर्मलसी है वो वापस आ चुकी है। आज स्कूलें भी खुली थी। पुलिस द्वारा जो लोग उस दिन के इंसिडेंट में जो सम्मिलित थे उन सबके सीसीटीवी हैं वो प्रोसेस कर लिए गए हैं। 100 से ज़्यादा लोग हैं, उनको आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया गया है। उनके चेहरे हैं, उनको जल्द ही जो है पुलिस द्वारा जो नीचे स्तर पे उनके साथ शेयर किया जाएगा और उनकी धरपकड़ की जाएगी। लास्ट 24 आवर्स में हमने कुल 27 लोगों को जेल भेजा है, उनमें से 25 पुरुष और 2 महिलाएं हैं।
Now, 2 days after violence broke out, CCTV footage of the violence has also emerged in which a writer is seen approaching the police with a pistol and firing along with other writers. Let's go across to Pradeep Datta. He's getting us more details. Pradeep, tell us what's happening on ground. Also about the CCTV footage which has now emerged.
See, investigation is right now going on. They are scanning the CCTV footage. About 10 CCTV camera footage has been retrieved. And from that CCTV footage camera, you can see this grab where the person is holding a country-made pistol and is firing on police personnel. And that's one of the reasons that some of the police personnel, they got a gunshot wound on their limbs and they were injured. And that's what police had been maintaining from day one, that they haven't used any kind of a lethal weapon. They only used non-lethal weapon to disperse mob. Either they fired tear gas shell or they used pellet gun. It was somebody from within the mob who had been firing. But unfortunately, the politicians had been trying to churn out a different kind of a narrative, trying to demonize Sambhal police. And now I think after seeing this grab, CCTV grab and the picture where the person is holding a gun and he has covered his face because he thought that he should not be identified. This clearly indicates that this was a pre-planned, well-orchestrated mob who came out to that place. They wanted to destabilize the situation. Now that whatever narrative they had been coming out with, the opposition party leader, that will simply fall flat, that will get punctured after seeing that visual. Because the police from day one had been saying that somebody from the mob had been firing. Not only that, we have also been able to access CCTV footage where clearly shows that some of them were even breaking those CCTV cameras. That means they wanted to wipe out any kind of evidence. They were trying to destroy evidence so that nobody can get to know what exactly had happened. But now the drone footage, CCTV footage, as well as they have also taken away phones from some of those people arrested, and those phones will be handed over to the forensic team. They will try to retrieve data to find out what kind of messaging were exchanged and to whom they were in touch with, who were the people who wanted this thing to happen because they wanted Sambhal to burn. So investigation right now is going on, but one thing is quite clear, that there were people who were trying to destabilize the situation, because 700 to 800 people in footage can be seen coming towards the mosque. Then all of a sudden they start pelting stones. Then from within the mob there is a firing also, police personnel getting injured, 4 precious lives lost. I think this is for the opposition party to see what really happened.
Pradeep, stay on with us. We have some breaking inputs coming in. In fact, the opposition has now alleged that the victims were shot dead by the police. There's no end to politics over what happened in Sambhal. Congress has sharpened its attack on the cops. Congress has accused the cops of working at behest of the BJP. Manikam Tagore says UP cops communalized. Cops were working at behest of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
On the Sambhal issue, Congress party is very clear that this police has been communalized, and the way the UP police is acting as a BJP's wing is unacceptable, and the way Sambhal has been, the issue has been dealt with it. Innocent 5 people has been murdered by the police. So we will take that issue. Congress party is considering, because the administration is not allowing any delegations to visit.
Pradeep continues to be with us. Pradeep, Manikam Tagore says innocent individuals have been murdered and that the cops were communalized. They're working at behest of the BJP. A sensational allegation they're coming in from the opposition.
See, from day one, I had been interacting with the senior police and administration officials here. I asked them one question. I said that the way that everything has been politicized here. So they are saying that's really unfortunate that instead of speaking for the police personnel who got injured, who had been taking stones on their body, who had been taking bullets on their body, instead of talking about them, they are showing all their sympathy for the Pelter gang that was responsible for destabilizing the situation. And they say they are doing it for the vested political interest, and it is because of that vested political interest somebody tried to mobilize them. Already we have seen that affair has been lodged against the Samajwadi Party member parliament, Ziaur Rahman Burke, and they have also lodged an FIR against the son of the local legislator here, Sohail Iqbal. So the FIR has been, though they keep on denying, they are saying that they were not present. The police maintains that it is not the presence of a person or the location that matter. What matter is the kind of a language they had been using, that how they had been trying to provoke and instigate. Because whatever happened, it was not a spontaneous protest. It was not coincidence that all of a sudden people came out to that place, because that was not a prayer time. It was Sunday. They were not going for any kind of a job or duty or any office. So it was well planned. As per plan, they came out to that place, and all of a sudden they gathered there, mobilized themselves, and then finally they started pelting stone, and somebody within the mob also opened fire. But unfortunately, there seems to be no end to politics, because whether it's a Congress party, whether it's a Samajwadi party, everybody here has been asking questions. We have seen Akhilesh Yadav even went to the extent of saying, where was the need for the second survey? So finally, that again theory was punctured by none other than Vishnu Jain, who is one of the petitioners in this regard. He put notice on social media that clearly indicated that this notice had been served to all the sections of society, including the Budget Committee, and they were informed well in advance that the survey will be conducted from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and during that survey, the team will be inside. They will be videographing, do the videography of the mosque, and also they will be clicking pictures.
Right.
But while the team was inside, that was the time people mobilized themselves. They came out to that
place. Pradeep, stay on with us. Stay on with us. Let's once again listen to what Manikam Tagore is saying. It's a big charge that he's leveling against the Bharatiya Janata Party.
On the Sambhal issue, Congress party is very clear that this police has been communalized, and the way the UP police is acting as a BJP's wing is unacceptable, and the way Sambhal has been the issue has been dealt with it. Innocent 5 people has been murdered by the police. So we will take that issue. Congress party is considering, because the administration is not allowing any delegations to visit.
So you heard multiple charges there being leveled by Manikam Tagore. He says the administration is not allowing us to visit. He's also alleging that the cops are communalized. They're working at behest of the BJP, and that innocent individuals have been murdered. That's what Manikam Tagore is saying. We have Shehzad Poonawala joining us on the broadcast now. Your response, Shehzad Poonawala, to Manikam Tagore, who says cops communalized, working at behest of BJP.
वर्दी का अपमान, ये कांग्रेस की पहचान. You remember, Swati, when Batla House encounter took place, Sonia Gandhi was crying for the terrorists, not for Mohan Chand Sharma. Occasionally and routinely, Congress party doubts Sena, it doubts army, it calls them Sadak Ka Gunda, it says proof dikhao. Then police, when it takes action on terrorists or rioters, it puts the onus on police, calls the encounters as fake encounters. Now, I have seen times now coverage on the Sambhal issue. You all have shown that the firing was done by the Dangai. There was no pistol of the police that was used. The police uses a 9mm pistol, and the firing was done by 315mm. So clearly it was done by a katta. And the katta is not used by police. And it was also seen in the pictures. Despite that overwhelming proof, this is being said, this means that the Congress and Samajwadi, they are defending the Dangai. Dangaiyon ka koi bhaijan, wo hai Congress और समाजवादी पार्टी, यही इनकी असली पहचान.
बहुत बड़ा आरोप आप भी लगा रहे हैं शहजाद पूनावाला. You're saying that they are providing shelter to such elements. Is that what you're saying? Patronage to such elements?
दंगाइयों की पार्टी है, दंगाइयों को बचाते हैं. इसमें इतनी हैरानी की बात क्या है? आतंकियों की पैरवी समाजवादी पार्टी ने की है 2012 में. दंगाइयों को केस से मुक्त कराने के लिए जो अभी फतवा उलेमा बोर्ड ने दिया था, उसको स्वीकारा है समाजवादी पार्टी और कांग्रेस ने महाराष्ट्र में कि हम दंगाइयों के केस खत्म करेंगे. तो कांग्रेस और समाजवादी पार्टी शुद्ध रूप से दंगाइयों की पार्टी, दंगाइयों को सपोर्ट करती है.
All right, Shehzad Poonawala, please stay on with us. We have Udit Raj joining us on the broadcast as well. Udit Raj, Shehzad Poonawala is hitting back at the Congress, the opposition. He's responding to what Manikam Tagore said. And the allegation is that despite proof, patronage is being provided to such elements by the opposition.
Sambhal, I'll agree to speak when you allow me. What happened, many times it happened that when I speak, then you interrupt, and then afterwards you suddenly pass over to others and don't allow me to speak. Many times I have observed.
Sir, please respond to the question.
What are your questions? Again, point it out.
See, that's the whole point. I asked you a question, but you were busy pointing fingers. Now, your response to Shehzad Poonawala, who says that Congress and Samajwadi Party dangaiyon ko bacha rahi hai, providing patronage to such elements. How do you respond?
The visuals are there and they are self-evident. Need not to say the way that the police is pelting a stone there, the way that they have pounced on them. And of course, not only police and administration were there, but there were the Sloganians of a particular community who is accompanying them, accompanying police and all. And how they were.
But Mr. Udit Raj, are you forgetting the new CCTV footage which has come to fore, which shows how the protesters approached the police, a man with a gun in his hand pointing towards the police officials? There are new CCTV images emerging as well. How do you respond to those?
That is also a fact, but who provoked it? The way that, see, the district magistrate passes the order to survey it. And if that starts happening in the country, then in all more than 700 districts, every day there will be survey.
All right. Udit Raj and Shehzad Poonawala, thank you for joining us in the broadcast with your